All right, this is Brenda and Stacy with Let's Wine with Brenda and Stacy, and we're back with another episode. And Stacy wants to talk about, I'm not even really sure. She said she wanted to bring up my other little podcast, which is Brenda's Horror Movie Reviews, and I think kind of talk about how it's very hard to talk when you're by yourself.
It is hard to talk when you're by yourself, and I get that 100% because I know a few times on the show we mentioned I do have a background in radio. Well, when I first started in radio, I had no radio teaching. They literally flung me in here like this button puts you on the air and hit this to stop and hit this to play and hit this to stop. That was my radio teaching, how to use these two buttons. And there are so many more buttons to use, but those were the most important ones. So me being Southern and from the South, to me, y'all is just a universal word. It doesn't mean I'm talking to one person. It doesn't mean I'm talking to 1,000 people. It just means, hey, y'all, you know how you greet people. Well, apparently in radio, after the people in the power who be listen to me and I kept saying the word y'all, they decided that they need to teach me to stop saying the word y'all, listen to the radio and listening to a podcast. You do it personally, you do it privately, you do it one-on-one.
Right.
So that's how they wanted me to talk on the radio, like I'm talking one-on-one with the person who's listening. So to keep me from saying y'all, they had me put a picture of Brenda, which back in the day had to be in pictures of you because we printed our pictures. Yeah. That was the only way we could see them.
I know.
Because if we printed the pictures.
Polaroid.
So I had pictures of Brenda. So they wanted me to have that in the studio so it would sound like I was only talking to Brenda. They wanted me to sound like I was talking to my best friend. Therefore, a picture of Brenda, was in the studio all the time.
Oh, Lord.
And
Which picture was it? I need to know.
It was one from back in the day. I think you were wearing white. I think it was
white.
I know.
I don't think I owned anything white, did I?
I have a few pictures of you in white.
Don't tell anybody.
I know. Jeff asked me, he was like, do you have the picture? I was like, the physical picture, I don't know. But I do want to do some searching.
Okay.
Because I do know I had this picture and I can still see it right now in my head. Yeah, I'd have that picture in a studio because we have like a big board where we could put things and hang things and you just stayed clipped to the on the board all the time. So that's how they wanted me to learn how to talk. So I totally get that bantering back and forth because before that, if I had to speak to a group of people, see, you put me with a podium in front of me or on a stage and I had to speak to a room full of 100 people, I could have done it.
Right.
I would have not been shy. I wouldn't have been embarrassed. I wouldn't have been anything. When you put yourself in a room with only you and a microphone,
right,
it's hard.
It is hard.
I know.
Awkward.
I'm so happy you got to experience that.
That was awful. And, just hearing it back is awful. And it's out there. It's published. And I'm going to leave it there as kind of a lesson. But it does not even sound like me. There is no personality in that monotone woman. I didn't know who that was.
I told you I struggled listening to it. It was hard for me. It didn't sound like you.
It's awful.
But I've heard episode 2. In the works, you heard yourself so you can correct yourself.
Right. I think I was trying to stay within limits. I had in my head what I wanted it to be, but I think I'm better off just pulling out shit I don't like talking about it because I love horror movies.
We're better when we wing it.
I know. We are.
We have tried to do the structured thing. We've tried to do the
little outlines.
The outlines, and those shows don't come off as well as when we wing it.
I know. Like we're winging it right now.
We're winging it right now.
Glass of wine in hand, and we're going
for it like we always do, because that's our,
That's our MO.
That's our thing. That's what we do. What's MO stand for?
Maybe say you ever cut this out. Members Operatum.
Member. What the hell are you trying to say?
It's Latin for.
I've heard MO all my life.
Cut this shit out.
No, we're not cutting this out. I've heard it all my life, but now I'm questioning what does it stand for?
Modus operandi.
I don't even know what either one of those words stand for.
It means method of working.
Okay.
Well, Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it's a Latin phrase. Don't, you better cut that out of there.
I might not.
I'm babbler. I can't even talk regular.
Speaking of not being able to talk regular and talking about my early days of radio and having to have a picture of you in the studio.
That's crazy.
So I'd only talk to you and they would try to get me to stop saying y'all. The other thing is that was probably at the time that this happened to me, it was the most devastating moment. I cried
What?
and cried and cried and cried. So like most things in my life, people just fling me into shit. So they just flung me on the air. This button does this and this button does that. Touch those two. So I was scared to death. I didn't know how to deliver anything, how to say anything. I mean, so it was fabulous. So a listener called and said to me, if I ever wondered what a deer in the headlight sounds like, now I know.
Oh, and that made you cry?
That made me cry hysterically because I got that picture in my head of, oh my God, a deer in a headlight,
Scared?
scared, and how they sound. It must be horrible.
No.
And so he was telling me without saying it. How do you tell a person they sound horrible without telling a
It
person?
probably wasn't horrible. It was just timid sounding,
It
like you
was-
weren't sure of yourself yet.
I was very scared. So now, all these years later, to know me, you know, I'll say anything about anything. I don't give a shit about nothing. But back then, I was so intimidated and so scared of it. And so being in the room and bantering by yourself or talking with just you and a microphone is very hard.
It is hard.
It is
I had
hard.
no idea it'd be that hard.
It's horrible. Because you know how, like, if you're in front of people, you work the room.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you have your personality put out there and you have your smile and your twinkling eyes and all
I
the...
have all of it.
Yeah. When you're in a room by yourself and you don't have any...
Yes,
vibe,
there's no back and forth.
there's nothing. You're
And
not...
there's podcasters that do it all day long. Right, the feedback, even the facial expressions. Even if you sat in front of me and said nothing, I think it would have been completely different.
I know.
Now, did you have more than 2 buttons in front of you, but were told just to press those 2? Because I don't think I could have kept my hands off of it. You know how I want to touch everything?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was a whole board of ups and downs and slides and they didn't want to overwhelm me. So I learned start and stop.
Did you have to mark them like you put the big D on delete on the computer?
I had some Post-it notes
Okay.
on the board for a little
With
while.
an arrow pointing
Pointing
like, touch
at
this
like
one.
touch this one. Don't touch that one. Never ever touch this one. Yeah, I had some Post-it notes on there and I had excellent teachers and people who are so patient with me. I was very lucky. I just landed in the radio situation that I did, which afforded me to make enough money to raise my children and work a 10 to 3 job Monday through Friday.
Right.
That allowed me to do all the things that I needed to do, in which I appreciated. That was worth more than money.
That radio station's still going, too, isn't it?
It is still going.
strong?
They're still going strong without me. I didn't think that day would come. No, I'm just kidding.
How can they function
How
without
can
you?
they function without me? They're doing well, and I'm happy for them, and so I'm grateful. And that's a fun, or first, I guess, chapter, or second or third chapter, however you want to go in my life. That it's said and done, and I did it and learned a lot and met a lot of interesting people and struggled through it and made it and succeeded in it. Obviously, I was there for a long time.
Right. I know you probably got your first gray hairs being there.
I did get my first grade. I have a lot of stress being there. The owners, just real quick, I'll tell the story. The owners of the radio station were a husband and wife, and they were not Southern, and they hated my accent.
Oh,
So
no.
that was really, really, really hard when they offered me the position, which it was country music radio. When they offered me the position, I was like, no. Like, I can't talk in front of people. I can't even talk in front of y'all without, the two of them,
Y'all.
the husband and wife. I couldn't even talk in front of them without them making fun of how I sounded.
Aw.
So when they offered me the position, I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell, no. Because I was a receptionist when they offered me the position, and then it was a music director. Thank you so much for coming back and sitting with me and talking me into what turned out to be a cool, a fun, and awesome career. I'm just so proud of you, and I'm so proud that you're doing your thing. If the horror movie is your jam, I'm here for it. I love
Yes,
it.
I always have a lot to say. I feel like I have a lot to say, nobody to listen.
I'm listening.
You don't like horror
I don't like
movies,
horror movies, but I like you.
so you don't care what I'm doing. This will be like I never listened to you.
on
the
the
radio
radio.
station it was country music. So I know you'll never listen to this unless I ask for input.
See, this is true. I know, 100%. Brenda, hate. This is another reason we're so different about each other. She does not like country music at all, ever. Of course, I was a country music DJ. Do you remember doing this? You call me when you're in the car. Hey, talk about me. I'll listen.
Or especially if I had kids in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were going out of town or something, then you'd say goodbye to them or something. They really liked hearing their name on the radio.
You have called me a few times. Hey, I'm driving and I'm going to turn it on. Talk about me. Just,
You better say my name on the radio.
I know, say my name. And then you would be like, okay, thanks, bye. I do love that Camille recorded Lily when she was just a little baby.
Yes, there's a video of that.
That I know, that's precious. Yeah, I wish Lily a happy birthday when she was, 4 or 5?
Maybe 4.
Maybe
Might have
4.
been younger than that.
And so I said, happy birthday to Lily on the radio. And she was listening. And it was just adorable that she was like, oh my God, she said my name. And it was so cute. She was young enough she couldn't put 2 and 2 together. Because I know Camille's like, that's Stacy. She was like, no. Like,
On the radio.
I know, that's not Stacy. But Stacy was always just, you have to admit this, Stacy. I wasn't ever, oh, I'm a DJ.
Mm-mm. See, I never thought of you being on the radio. We had our kids and we had our jobs. So it's like that was your job you went to. And I
Right.
went to mine. And then we got together on the weekends.
Yeah, that was it.
I'll admit, once in a while, we went out to Chateau Alon when they would have their race or something out there. And you technically had to work a remote. But we were still kind of partying around all that.
Yeah.
So...
Well, yeah. Sitting at the bar at the Chateau Lawn in Sebring for the 12 hours of Sebring, if anybody wants to look that up. Yeah, I was working, but I was partying.
And I didn't feel like you were working.
I didn't feel like it. I'd be like, I'll be right back. It's time for my break. And I'd go do my thing and come back to the bar and drink again till it's time for my next break.
That's the difference between radio and a podcast. A podcast, you've got to keep it going for a while, whereas you were playing music in between.
I
times of
wasn't playing
speaking.
music. The person that in the studio was playing
Okay,
music.
you were reporting in.
Either had a broadcast system set up or I could call in on my cell phone in the later years.
I was going to say earlier, you had to find a phone booth. We're old. Find a landline.
Phone booths were not a thing by the time I started radio, but landlines were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
for
had
sure.
one for a long time,
Yeah.
even after I had a cell phone.
I'll never forget when I moved to Sebring, Florida, phone books were still a thing.
Oh, yeah.
So my name on the radio was my real name. And I'll never forget, somebody called my house. Is this Stacy? It is Stacy. Who's this? He goes, oh, you use your real name for your phone?
And they just took an opportunity to...
And they just, yeah. Like, I listened to you on the radio. And I was like,
Well, why are you calling me?
I know. So you just thought, I never put 2 and 2 together, being so new and never thinking.
No.
And nobody stalked anybody back then that we knew of or
It was
did any-
harder, too, without the internet.
Yeah, did anything crazy. So yeah, my phone number was my name.
What would that guy actually want?
He wanted
see
to
if it
know
was really you?
if it was really me. Would I really answer the phone? And he wanted to tell me he listened. Yeah, and I was like,
Okay.
yeah, it's really me.
So
And,
your address was in that phone book, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I know.
That could have ended really bad.
Here we are.
We're still here.
We lived. We lived.
That is bad when you think about it.
But who knew? My name had been in the phone book since I had a phone as an adult.
Mm,
Never thought.
that's all you need, that little bit of fame, and they'll hunt you down.
Anyhow.
I know. People were like, that's Stacy Clark from the radio station.
That's Stacy Clark. I was just Stacy and Mom,
Mm.
So it was fun.
We did have a lot of fun, and because of it, you'd get tickets for things. And I mean, I don't feel like I ever took advantage of that. I hope I didn't, because you didn't ask, or you didn't say, do you want, or you say those were available. It was one of those things where you'd be like, got tickets to Wet and Wild. You want to go?
Yeah, I got 18 tickets to Wet and Wild. Do you want to go?
That's when Curry got shit on one time we went. You remember that?
No.
We were walking. Yes, bullshit. Scott and Christina were with us, and Curry was walking ahead of me, and a bird shit on her. You remember that? And you were the one that said, now we can really call her a shithead. Curry, confirm that story.
It's Shithead Gate. Oh my gosh.
Do you remember that now?
Mm-mm.
What? Curry, you got to call Stacy and let her know.
You know,
that's
we
true.
got free entrance. They had bars at Wet and Wild, and I wasn't driving, so no.
And we stayed at a hotel
Uh-huh.
there, that big round one, I
I'm
think.
sure.
Do
Yeah.
you remember Scott throwing a French fry at me?
No.
And Christina thought it was hilarious?
No.
I know you were there.
I probably was. Probably was.
You were. You were. Curry, Christina, call in on that one. Wet and Wild.
My Wet and Wild memory that is as tragic as it could possibly be, and now we've gone off the rails, but this is what we do. My tragic Wet and Wild story is that I got a secret, very, very, to me, secret tattoo on my breastises. Well, one of them.
Not on that trip, you didn't.
No, I
Oh.
had that tattoo. And so Scotty was 3 or 4, maybe. We were at Wet and Wild, and I was bent over. And, you know, I had my bathing suit on, and I was putting sunscreen, you know, on my little pale baby's little face and, you know, his arms and shoulders and everything. Well, while I was bent over, he saw my tattoo. And nobody in my family knew I had a tattoo.
Really?
No. So anyway, so when I'm bending over, putting sunscreen on my sweet little Scotty's face and body, he goes, "Mommy, you painted your boobie." I was
You
like,
still have it?
"Yes, I have it. Do I still have the tattoo?"
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't just willy-nilly
Wait a
go
minute, is it a
away.
rose?
Mhm.
Okay, I do remember that.
Yeah. So anyway, so then I was like, oh shit. Because you know, a 3 or 4-year-old, you can't be like, well, that's a secret. They don't know that word. So and you don't want them to.
Now, is this something that's going to haunt him if the guys that he works with listen to this?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, he was 3 or 4 years old.
Okay.
I mean, they would hopefully think it was funny. I didn't at the time. So we're leaving Wet and Wild. I'm on my way back home. I was driving. It was just me and the kids. I don't think you were there. So I was driving, so I wasn't drinking. So on my way back home, I have a cell phone. I called my mom and I was like, listen, I got to tell you something. It's not good. You know, all this stuff. I'm making it sound like it's so effing tragic. Like this is the worst thing I'm ever going to tell her in my life. And she was like, go ahead. Just tell me, what is it? Are you sick? Is something wrong? You know, all this stuff. And I was like, well, I have a tattoo and Scotty found it. So I have to tell you right now, because if I don't tell you right now, he's going to tell you the second we walk in the door. She was like, well, thank God you're not sick or pregnant. And I was like, well, there you go.
That's
So
minor.
all you got to do is make it sound tragic. And if you're trying to hide something, don't let your 3 or 4-year-old find it.
There you go.
Because they will tell on you in a minute.
Oh, yeah, they will.
Anyway, it was so funny. Mommy, you colored your baby. Yeah.
I think I was 18 or 19 when I got my first one, and 50-ish when I got my last one. Yeah.
Are you still going for more?
I don't have any room left. Well,
Yeah.
I got some real estate left. No, I'm not going for any more. Not anytime soon.
Oh, you and Lily are getting one that
Oh, that's
match-
right. Lily wants one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to
Yeah.
get our little matching ones.
You and Lily are getting matching ones, which I think is adorable.
Aw, she
I
wants a
know.
ladybug.
Dude, that'd be so cute.
I'll do it with her.
I know, you should.
Even though mine are horror related.
Horror related.
Or horror.
Horror. Horror.
Horror.
Horror. Horror. Horror. Those do sound
Horror.
like horror.
Horror.
All right, we need to wrap this up.
I know, but well, thank you for thinking of me, because it is hard to talk by yourself in here, and hopefully I'll get better.
You already, from episode 1 to episode 2, you're already amazing. So if you're interested in horror movies and you want to hear Brenda's reviews, I think you should definitely listen from time to time. I might join in.
Yay!
Very rare because I don't like horror movies. But another reason, she and I are exactly opposite. I'm sure nobody cares about my rom-com reviews or 90-day reviews.
I still think you ought to put out Stacy's Pearls of Wisdom. You
Pearls?
love your pearls,
I
and
do
you have
love
a
my-
lot of advice.
I do love my pearls. And you know, I'm so smart. The amount of wisdom, that can flow out of me would be endless.
I know. I think it'd be hilarious.
So that's one
I
of
think you
those
should
things.
do it.
We might do it.
Okay.
We might do it 1 or 2 times just to see.
I know, it wouldn't hurt. The equipment that we use allows for another podcast. Why don't you throw it on there?
So, Stacy's Pearls of Wisdom. If you want to hear Stacy's Pearls of Wisdom, let us know. If you don't, we'll shut it down.
I know. It doesn't
I
hurt
do
to
think
try.
it'd be fun. You never know. So let's wrap it on Let's
Okay.
Wine with Brenda and Stacy.
Bye.